Alright, before we keep going with all this, let's just slow down for a second. Imagine we're just hanging out right here. No big presentation, no charts, no tech talk. Just us. Because this part, Episode 4, this isn't about some big, faceless system. It's actually just about you. It's about what still belongs to you. What's actually yours, even when you're stuck inside all of this. Look, if everything we just talked about made you feel a little uncomfortable, honestly, good. That feeling is actually the point. I'm not trying to make you panic or get all paranoid. It's more about that quiet realization where you're just like, wait, I had no idea how much of this was actually going on. It's that exact moment where you finally start to see it. First off, let's just get this out of the way. I'm not saying you need to go delete all your apps or move out to the middle of the woods. I'm not telling you to throw your phone into a lake, even though, let's be honest, that fantasy sounds pretty great sometimes. But it's just not realistic. And honestly, it's not even what we need to do. Here's the thing we have to remember. We were never actually meant to have total control over everything. Not now. Not before the internet. Honestly, not ever. I think the mistake we make is thinking we have to take everything back to win. But we don't. This isn't about reclaiming every single piece of ourselves. It's just about reclaiming enough. These systems only work because they're so smooth. You know, it's always one click, no pausing, no resistance. It's designed to just keep you moving. But the thing is, humans actually start acting differently the second things get a little clunky. All it takes is a tiny bit of friction. Just a second to stop and think, or a moment where you hesitate and go, wait, do I actually even want this? That little pause? They haven't figured out how to take that away yet. That still belongs to you. We always think it's the big, massive decisions that matter, but honestly, those are rare. Most of our lives are just built on these tiny, everyday moments. Like, do I hit accept the second that pop-up appears? Do I keep scrolling for another 10 minutes just because the app wants me to? Do I download this thing just because it's slightly easier than the alternative? On their own, those moments feel like nothing. They feel insignificant. But when you stack them all up, day after day, that's what actually creates the patterns of our lives. Look, I want to be really clear about this. Being aware of this stuff doesn't mean you have to be suspicious of every single thing you touch. It just means you're actually paying attention. You don't have to walk around assuming every company has bad intent or is out to get you. You just stop assuming they're neutral. And honestly, that's a huge difference. So instead of always stressing over, is this app safe or is that site okay? I've started asking a different question. What is this thing actually encouraging me to do right now? Is it trying to make me scroll longer? Is it pushing me to share more than I need to? Or is it just trying to get me to make a decision as fast as possible? The thing is, the design of the app already has the answer to those questions, whether we're paying attention to it or not. Look, convenience always has a cost. We know that. Sometimes you pay for it with money, sometimes you pay with your time. But sometimes, the cost is just your awareness. And honestly, the problem isn't that we're paying that cost. We all make trade-offs. The real problem is when we're paying it, and we don't even realize it's happening. So here's just one small thing you can try. Whenever a system feels like it's rushing you, just slow down. And when a prompt is clearly trying to nudge you into clicking something, just wait. That little pause, it basically breaks the spell. It's like a reminder to the system that there's actually still a human on the other side of the screen. And look, this isn't some battle you eventually win. There's no final boss at the end of this, and there's definitely no victory screen. It's more like maintenance. You know, like your health or your relationships. You don't just fix it once and then you're done forever. It's something you just have to tend to, day by day. Honestly, one of the most powerful things you can actually do is just talk about this stuff. And I don't mean getting into some massive debate online or starting a war in the comments section. I mean just having real conversations. Like this. Talk to your friends, your family, people at the dinner table. Because the thing is, awareness doesn't usually happen through a viral post. It spreads socially, through people who actually trust each other. And this actually matters even more when you talk across age gaps. You've got older people who didn't grow up with all these defaults baked into their lives, and then you've got younger people who have literally never known anything else. Neither side is wrong, they just see different parts of the same system. When you actually sit down and talk, it bridges that gap. You start seeing the stuff they see, and they start seeing the stuff you see. And seriously, please, no shame. Don't feel bad about the stuff you clicked on in the past, or the times you chose convenience, or the times you just trusted the system. These things are designed to be good at what they do. They're meant to catch you off guard. Shame just shuts people down and makes them stop caring. But curiosity is what actually opens things up. You don't have to care about every single little thing. You'll burn out. Just pick a few places to start. Maybe it's just your phone. Maybe it's your home, or just looking out for your family's devices. It's way better to go deep on a couple of things than to try and fix everything at once. Taking your power back doesn't have to be this loud, dramatic thing. It's just about being selective. We don't need to be perfect, and we don't need to be pure about how we use tech. We just need enough. A little bit of awareness, a little bit of friction, a few more conversations. That's all. It's not about winning some grand war. It's just about doing enough to stay awake. Systems evolve, but so do people. And the thing is, every time our behavior actually starts to change, the design eventually has to follow it. It's not going to happen overnight, and it's definitely not going to be some big dramatic shift. But over time, the systems change because we do. I think we assume influence has to be this big visible thing. Like, we think it has to be a massive protest or a headline in the news. But most of the time, real influence is quiet. It's just patterns changing slowly behind the scenes. It's one fewer click here, one different choice there. It's just asking one better question than you did yesterday. Because at the end of the day, this is still your life. It's your home, it's the people you love, it's your actual relationships. Technology didn't come along and replace all of that. It just wrapped itself around everything. It's a layer, but it's not the core. And you don't have to feel like you need to tear the whole system down. Sometimes, just holding the line is more than enough. Not every single part of your life needs to be optimized. Not everything you do needs to be shared with the world. And honestly, not everything needs to be easy. Sometimes the hard way is the better way. I've started thinking about this less like a defense or a battle, and more like just taking care of things. Like stewardship, you're taking care of your attention. You're taking care of your habits and the way you act. And that matters so much, especially for the people in your life who are watching you and learning from you. You're showing them what's possible. So in the next episode, we're going to zoom out even further. Because look, our individual choices definitely matter, but they don't exactly exist in a vacuum. We need to talk about the bigger picture. We'll talk about power, the big institutions, and where the real responsibility actually sits at the end of the day. But for now, just sit with this. You don't need to go out and change your whole life tonight. Just notice things. Take that pause. And just remember, no matter what else is going on, some things still belong to you.